You thought rockets were about fire, about noise, about leaving Earth behind. It's quieter than that. It starts with a desk, a screen, a problem no one has solved yet, and a question that never really goes away. What if it fails? Level 1. The aerospace engineering student. You sit in the back of a lecture hall, or sometimes the front, depends on the day. You write equations faster than you understand them. You Google what the professor just said. You nod like it makes sense. You stay up late solving problems that don't feel real. Vacuum conditions. Ideal thrust. Perfect systems. You join a student rocket team. You finally touch something physical. Aluminum wires. Fuel you're told not to touch. You hold a component like it matters. Because it does. You imagine launch day. You imagine standing there, calm, confident. You are not calm. You are not confident. You are trying. Level 2. The junior rocket engineer. The interview felt like a test you almost failed, but didn't. Now you have a badge, a desk, a login that barely works. You open code written by someone who left years ago. You stare at comments that say, temporary fix. Nothing is temporary. You model parts of a system you don't fully understand. You ask questions carefully. Not too many. You check numbers 3 times, then a 4th. See, someone reviews your work. They don't say much. That's worse than criticism. You sit in meetings where acronyms stack on acronyms. You write them down. You forget half of them. You go to the test site once. The ground shakes. The sound hits your chest first. It's real now. You go back to your desk. You adjust a parameter by 0.02. It feels small. It isn't. Level 3. The rocket engineer. You don't ask as many questions now. You answer some. You own a subsystem. It has a name. It has problems. You know where the weak points are. You don't always know how to fix them. You run simulations that take hours. You watch progress bars like they matter. They do. You argue in meetings, quietly, with data. Sometimes you win. Sometimes the schedule wins. You start noticing patterns, where things fail, when they fail. It's rarely dramatic. It's usually small, a tolerance too tight, a temperature slightly off. You thought engineering was building. It's mostly preventing collapse. You leave work thinking about edge cases. You wake up thinking about them, too. You're getting good at this. You're not sure if that's enough. Level 4. The senior rocket engineer. People come to you now with questions you used to ask. You answer faster than you expect. That's new. See, you review designs. You see mistakes before they're obvious. You remember making the same ones. You sign off on things. Your name carries weight. That part feels heavier than expected. You spend less time doing, more time deciding. You miss the doing sometimes. A test fails. Everyone looks at each other. You look at the data. You already know. You explain it calmly, even if you're not calm. You start thinking in systems, not parts. Interactions, not components. Everything connects. Everything matters. You go to launches less often, so more meetings now. The rocket still rises. You watch from a screen. It feels different. Level 5. The lead propulsion engineer. You didn't apply for this. You were the obvious choice. Now you lead a team. Smart people, tired people. You translate between groups, between engineers and managers, between reality and deadlines. You make calls with incomplete information. You always will. You learn to say no. You learn to say yes faster. Both feel risky. You defend your team. You push them. Sometimes both in the same day. You think less about equations, more about consequences. A delay costs money. A mistake costs more. You feel it before anyone says it. You watch a test anomaly unfold in real time. You don't react, not outwardly. Inside, you run through scenarios. Fast. You realize something quietly. You're no longer close to the work.
but you are responsible for all of it.
Level 6. The chief engineer. Your calendar is full before the day starts. You don't remember when that became normal. You review entire programs now, not just systems. You ask questions that slow rooms down. That's your role. You don't need all the answers. You need the right doubts. People present to you carefully. They rehearse before they walk in. You notice what they avoid saying. You make decisions that echo for years. You won't be there to see all of them. That's part of it. You visit the floor sometimes. You stand near hardware again. It feels smaller than you remember. Or maybe you changed. You sign your name on final approvals. It looks simple. It isn't. You sleep fine most nights. Not all. Level 7, the Director of Launch Systems. You don't design anymore. Not directly, and you shape direction. Budgets, priorities. You talk more than you build. You listen more than you talk. You sit in rooms where the stakes are abstract. Until they aren't. You think about risk differently now. Not just failure. Impact. You watch younger engineers argue details. You remember caring that much about decimals. You still care. Just differently, you attend launches again, not as an engineer. As something else. You stand farther back. You don't need to be close. The rocket lifts. Clean. People cheer. You nod. You've seen too much to celebrate too early. Level 8. The retired engineer. You don't go to the office anymore. You still wake up early, out of habit. You read about launches online. You recognize design choices. Some you agree with, some you wouldn't have made. It doesn't matter now. You think about the ones that failed, more than the ones that worked. That never really changes. You remember small moments, a late-night fix, a quiet conversation before a test. You remember the weight of decisions and how normal it felt at the time. You look at the sky sometimes, not in awe, in familiarity. You know what it took to get there. A new student sits in a lecture hall, or maybe their room. They write equations they barely understand. They know you'd like it makes sense. They imagine Oz fire, noise, leaving Earth behind. They don't see the desk yet, the screen. The quiet decisions, they will.